There we go. All right, everybody. How you doing today? Welcome to Traveling with Bruce. This is Bruce for Monday, April the 9th, 2018. Third of the way through the month, practically. Unbelievable. The older I get, the faster time flies. Welcome to the show. Haven't seen you since Saturday. I hope you had a good weekend. Hope you enjoyed your day off, or I hope you enjoyed my day off yesterday. That was my day off yesterday. Very good weekend here. No complaints about the weather around here. We've been mainly sunny today, very light clouds, about 50 degrees around here. Just fantastic. Thank you very much, Mother Nature. I think we're going to be around this 45, 50 degree mark for balance of the week here. We hope, and we'll see how it hangs out. So we'll take it. Please come spring. I've mentioned this before. I'm just north of the Idaho border. In case you guys don't know, I live 3 miles north of the Idaho border. 2 hours, 20 minutes from here is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. It's usually about 4 or 5 degrees warmer than here. And then if you go another 6 hours past Coeur d'Alene, keep going south. You go to Boise, Idaho. You got to go through some mountains and beautiful park areas. A gorgeous drive. But when you get there, you find that you're about 10 degrees warmer than here. So I can sort of predict the weather that's coming by seeing what Boise and Coeur d'Alene are doing as far as how high they're getting on their temperature. And Boise pushing 60s, 60, 65s kind of a few days. So nice. Jim Thomas just sent me a little donation. Jim, nice going. Thank you, buddy. Sent me an orange bar here. How about you see that? Look at that. Jim Thomas sent me, I think that's $10. I'm gonna put my glasses on here. Yeah, 10. That's a super chat. Wow, that's fantastic. Thank you, Jim, so much. That is fabulous. If you want one of these medallions or one of these necklaces, you got a $10 donation or more to my cause. I donate one of these to you. You just tell me the team and I'll put it together. Thank you very much. Yeah, so the weather's coming. Boise's in the 60s, 65 range, so we're hoping that we get a little warmer here. I mean, this is coming to the middle of April. I mean, come on. Should be over, shouldn't it? Shouldn't it be over by now? We'll hope for the best. Speaking of my channel, I went off the air on Saturday. We had a good week for subscribers, really good week. I was at 1,641 subscribers. Heck, we blew that out of the water. Now I'm at 1,683. That's like 42 more in 2 days. That's 21 a day. Fantastic. We're going to break 1,700 maybe tomorrow. That's awesome. I remember just a couple of weeks ago, I was talking to you guys about 1,320 subscribers. So it's just fantastic. So yeah, we're moving up, and 1,700. Then the next big one is the 2,000. So that's fantastic. Thank you, and welcome all of my new subscribers and my viewers, existing viewers and new viewers, of course, my existing subscribers. Great to have you here. Glad to have you here. Appreciate very much the support, the following, the comments. Comments coming in all weekend long on videos that I've done. I even had videos being viewed that I've shot 5 months ago when I first started, and I really did not knowing what I was doing. And the kind and considerate comments to the rookie YouTuber who has no idea what he's doing. Really appreciate that. Some familiar faces and familiar names on the comments as well. Some never heard of before. And so welcome one, welcome all. For those of you who are new, this is a daily live stream I like to have on my YouTube channel. I do a live stream Monday to Friday at 5 in the evening Eastern time. And on Tuesdays, Thursdays, I throw in a second show at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's 7 live streams Monday to Friday that I'm working on all the time. Saturdays, 2 o'clock Eastern, I throw in number 8. So I do 8 live stream shows a week talking about cruise ships, going on cruise ship holidays, finding deals, talking about what's going on out there, and we try to cover it all as fairly as possible. No one on YouTube does what I'm doing with regard to cruise ship information on a daily basis on live streams. All of my favorite YouTubers that I follow, who are either in the travel game or others, they're on the air. Some of them 3 times a week, some of them twice, some of them once. Occasionally there'll be a live stream here and there, but I kind of really go after the live stream side of it. I love the daily interaction between me and my viewers. I love following the news stories as they break and as they keep developing. And I try to keep you posted on what's going on. So if you're a cruiser and you love going on cruise ships, well, this is a fun channel because we get to compare notes with other fellow active cruisers. If you're new, you've never been on a cruise before, well, this is the channel for you. You want to know about a cruise coming up or a cruise ship that's out there, a cruise line. You want to know what's the best cruise line for you to take a cruise on. This is the channel, because this is an open Q&A platform here. You can ask me anything you want. I'll try to answer the question on the spot if I can. If I can't, one of my viewers here probably will have the answer, or we'll figure it out before the show's over, or we'll have it ready for you tomorrow. It's rarely we get stumped. It's not often we get like stumped. But anyway, we try to give you the information you need. I've got playlists on my channel now, over 200. I get over 210 videos now in only 8 months. I have the playlists now on the Norwegian Sun. I've got playlists on the Norwegian Sun. That's how many videos I've made about this ship. Unbelievable story. I got more information today. I got a playlist on the MSC Seaside, because that ship has just been a topic of discussion all over the place. I got playlists on trips I've taken on cruise ships. I've got playlists on these daily live streams. These become regular videos. I've got playlists on my travels to Germany, to Italy, some of the States. I have another playlist called So I Know You Like a Good Story. And in that playlist, I have stories, events, stories happened to me, my family. Some people say to me, those aren't true. You're making this stuff up. These stories, there's no way. But no, they're true. So you like a good story? I got some doozies in there. Just here's a headline. I had a steam bath with Tom Jones. Me and Tom Jones in Las Vegas had a steam bath. I'm talking about it on YouTube. There's a whole video about that. You want to know what happened? Check it out. It's true. It really happened. Honest, it really happened. Yeah, so my videos and my YouTube channel, there's a whole bunch there for you, lots of variety. I got playlists on how to find a good deal for a cruise, how to book a cruise, what can you bring on the ship, tips for packing, what you should pack on a cruise, how to save money when you're on a cruise, not overspend, all kinds of stuff. So you'll have a field day if you're new to cruising, or if you like cruising already. You can peruse through my channel at your leisure. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up on my videos, or even on today's live stream. Please give me a thumbs up if you're happy. And if you really like what I'm doing and you want to kind of stay on top of what I'm doing, because I'm doing live streams almost daily, there's a button over here that's a subscribe button. And then there's another one over there that's a subscribe button. And I think this one here has a bell notification icon beside it. If you click on the subscribe button and that bell, you'll get notified by email every time I do another video or a live stream. So if there's something going on in the cruise game, there are times where I will go live without any warning whatsoever. Just because something's breaking, I just go live. I just start talking. And my regulars pick up on it because they get the alerts, the bell notification icons. Oh, Bruce is live, and they'll come and check me out, see what's going on. And so if something big goes on, I'll be live. And I'll be telling you about it and try to give you the latest information as we go, rather than you waiting for my next video, which might be 2 or 3 days away, and it may not be on a topic you want me to talk about. I'm going to be talking about what's happening now. Okay. My viewers here are signing in as they do every day on my live streams. Basically, if you're new to the live stream, just say hi to me. Tell me, where are you watching me from? Where are you? What's your high temperature today? Are you a new cruiser? If you are, tell us. The gang will say hi to you. They'll welcome you into the group. Or if you are going on your first cruise, tell us the name of the ship you're going on and where are you headed. You headed on the Oosterdam to Europe, or you headed on to the Epic to the Caribbean, whatever it is, and we'll start piping in. Anyway, let's see who's here. Let's say hi to everybody, and let's start the show. Tammy Ray signed in nice and early today. I think Tammy Ray signed in about an hour before showtime. 2 p.m. Calgary. I'm super early. Ha ha. Yeah, it's an hour. Debbie Emanuel. Hey, Tammy, is it too early for a thumbs up? Bob Hollis, 58 and overcast in Atlanta. Hi, Bruce and everyone. Welcome back, Bob. Iskew Park. Hey, everyone. It's Iskew in Thunder Bay, Ontario. It's +5 Celsius. Snow's melting finally at a pace that we can measure. Come on, spring. This is great. That angle of the sun is getting higher and higher every day at a +5, even in Thunder Bay, Ontario. It'll have an effect, no question about that. Welcome back. Richard C. is here. Viking has 2-for-1 cruises until April. Good deals with cheap air from the U.S. Welcome, Richard. Iskew Park, Viking 2-for-1 fares. Woo! Randy Lucas, greetings, Bruce, and all. From the adult retreat pool aboard the Regal Princess, sitting just off the coast of Eleuthera, Princess Cays, sunny and 85 degrees and humid. And this is cruise 2 of, I think, 3 back-to-back cruises. This is the second one on the same ship. And I think he turned over on Saturday, if I recall, and starting again. He'll correct me if I'm wrong. Iskew Park, I just watched a blog. Of a couple who just did an Eastern Caribbean 7-day on the seaside. Only complaint was bland food, boring buffet, and a slight smell on the ship. Laugh out loud. Yeah, a slight smell. To me, a slight smell is called a smell. An unwelcome odor on a cruise ship is an unwelcome odor. And I tell you folks, I got stuff to tell you about Seaside. I'll get to it in a minute. Iskew Park, guess that's a dream cruise compared to the Norwegian Sun. Oh man, Debbie Manuel, going to be 80 with plenty of sun in Chico, California. Debbie, you got it going. This is awesome stuff. You got that weather that you've been waiting for. Finally, that's fantastic. Hi, Bruce. Hi to everybody. Hi, Debbie. Jim Thomas, how does 84 in Anderson, California today? Hope that everyone had a good weekend. Randy Lucas, how's the second leg going? So far, it sounds pretty good. Welcome back, Jim. Bob Hollis, at least the Seaside comments are getting marginally better, somewhat. Let's see here. Peter Heckema, hi, Bruce. 88 degrees in Tarpon Springs, Florida today. Very humid, a sign that summer's around the corner, and that's a sign, isn't it? And here's the super chat from Jim Thomas. Thank you, Jim, very much. That's just fantastic. It really goes a long way. Let me know if you want any of these items here. Paul Williams, hi, Bruce and all. 41 in Virginia, but supposed to be near 80 on Thursday. There is spring in the air. They just had the Masters. When they have the Masters, that's got to be spring. Doesn't it? Isn't that spring? Please let it be spring for the rest of us. We'll see. Wendy Thompson, hi all, 60 here in Bland, Missouri. I watched Jim Zim today. All the Traveling with Bruce fans, cross your fingers. Someone's looking at the farm Saturday, and then we join you all in Florida. All right, go Wendy. I know Wendy's moving to Florida. Hang in there, make it happen. Debbie Manuel, wow, Jim. Let's see here. Judy Ann says, hey, Bruce. Sunny in Fresno, 2 weeks till my transatlantic cruise to Europe on the Jade. Fantastic. That's going to be great. They're going to be great. Fantastic. Welcome back, Judy. Randy Lucas, really well. Thanks, JT. He's saying to Jim Thomas, my cruise is going great. A second of 3. Jim Thomas, glad you guys are enjoying your cruise. Seakeepers here. Hi, Bruce and everyone. 89 outside in the shade here in Tequista, Florida. South Florida, 50% sunny and very enjoyable. Fantastic weather. That's awesome stuff. Got your email today. Talk to you later. Randy Lucas, awesome, Judy A. And Scott Batchley, hi all. And Bruce, it's downright hot. It's downright hot in Ventura today. Yesterday, 68. Today, 88. 88 and hot. It's too hot. It's too hot. Debbie Manuel, so excited for you, Judy. Hi, Randy and Michelle. Hope Cruise World is treating you both well. Wes Morrison, 64 here in New Braunfels, Texas. A 20-degree drop. No complaints. No, he's not complaining. Paula K. Hi, Bruce, and all. 35 in Hanover. Light flurries in Hanover, Pennsylvania. Randy, they have great pink coladas at the retreat pool. Delish, you say. Debbie E, it's really been nice so far. Auto spell is making people have problems. Randy, Paula K, I'll need to have one for sure. Loves to travel is here. Hi everyone. 48 in Kansas. My family thinks they need food, so I have to go cook. I'll be back and forth. Oh man, unbelievable. Got your message about my beetle video. Thanks for watching. Keith Mahoney is here. Do you remember the breakaway coming in through a blizzard Who is making these corporate decisions? Yeah, Norwegians had a fun time, haven't they, in the last couple of months? Oh, my goodness. Charlie Baum, hi, Bruce. I'm going on the Royal Grandeur in 4 days. Has anyone seen a piano player? 4 days. That's fantastic, Charlie. Mark the Lost Traveler, still in Virginia, 40, but the cherry blooms are beautiful. Right on. Hopefully you'll get a little warmer the next few days. High seas, low rollers. Hey, Bruce, sounding and looking good. Question. What is the one dream cruise you haven't done yet, but are certain it is going to happen at some point? Ours is Australia, New Zealand. Oh, that would be nice. That would be really nice. A dream cruise for me. Oh my goodness. There's so many I haven't taken yet. Really a bunch. Just thinking off the top here. Man, oh man, I would love to do. Wouldn't mind doing a transatlantic, I suppose, as an adult. But maybe something more like a Panama Canal cruise, maybe from like something Miami to maybe to perhaps Australia, something like that, like a half the world, or Australia through Asia, through the Suez Canal into Europe, something like that, and then get some Europe time. Although I would also be open to something like this. Take a transatlantic cruise from Florida to Europe. That's springtime, right? Get there in April, and then enjoy Europe for a few months, do some traveling, visit some relatives, and that type of thing, and then take a repositioning cruise back. That'd be the ultimate summer, the ultimate spring, summer, fall, right there. And you get some European travel in, get a train package, and just hit the rails, high speed rails. But a cruise there and a cruise back, man, that'd be aces. Pretty nice. Charlie Baum, player by the name of Kelly Goodrich. Player. Oh, I see what you're asking me. Looking for a piano player, Kelly Goodrich. I have no idea. Thomas Arnold, hey Bruce, 70 in Big Bear today. Welcome back, Thomas. Haven't seen you in a while. 70 in Big Bear, that's okay. Randy Lucas, we did our turnaround on Sunday in Fort Lauderdale. There were 300 plus people that were in quote transit for next week's cruise. Very interesting. J.B. Duarte, hi, this is Norman Duarte on the breakaway. It's going to dry dock April 3rd for 4 weeks, and some work's being done. Small job, let all know what's going on. Okay, so you're on it right. I think you're on it right now, aren't you? Are you on it? This is on. You're on it right now, and some work is being done. Small jobs, let you know what's going on the ship. Yeah, they're working on these ships. Mary, hi all. 40 degrees here in New Hampshire. Welcome back, Mary. Nice to see you. Debbie Manuel, Randy, 300 doing back-to-back. Dang, I'm sure missing out. High seas, low rollers, 40 and freezing in Columbus. That's not right. That's just not right. We need a break. Duarte, sunny and raining going into FFLD Cape. Tell you next week. Going into FFLD Cape. What am I missing on that? Is it FFLD Cape? I'm trying to remember the name of their private island. Randy Lucas, Debbie E. In January, there were 600 folks doing a back-to-back. Wow, 600. Now it's 300. That's really something. Okay. I got some other news. Hey, Cam. Hey, how you doing? See you there. He's saying hi to everybody. Okay, Norwegian Sun. We've heard endless stories. I mean, I've been just following it nonstop now for at least a week, coming up to a full week now, and we all kind of heard tidbits about this cruise, the Panama Cruise. So far, the major news networks who've covered this story are only covering the Norwegian Sun from the angle of the Panama Cruise, Panama Canal Cruise, which was March 16th to March 31. So that would be Miami to Los Angeles, and I can see why they're only covering that cruise. It's USA to USA. They're looking for their, for their viewing demographic of, who's interested in this story. They want to make sure enough Americans are interested in the story. So talk about it leaving Miami, talk about it coming to Los Angeles. Brand name cruise line, Norwegian. Everyone knows the name Norwegian. And so they covered the story for that cruise. But they've not done any what I would call investigative reporting. It's more of reactive reporting. They're reacting to the fallout from the cruise, from the passengers who, God bless them, have been pushing this story hard to get some kind of compensation because they're pretty upset. And the first salvo was Norwegian throwing a a symbolic 25% discount on a future cruise. Well, off of what price? Off of the brochure price. If you're offering a 1 week cruise in the Caribbean next year, and your brochure price for a balcony is $1,200, but I can buy that cruise on vacationstogo.com for $750. Where am I getting the 25% off? Am I getting it off the 1,000? Something tells me it's the 1,000. And I can get it for 750 anyway. So there's nothing there. Now they're talking about, as soon as the story went national, much more national, got picked up by other agencies, Norwegian immediately stepped up and said, "Oh yeah, we're terribly sorry about the inconvenience we've caused. We'll make it a 100% credit towards a future cruise." So if you bought your cruise on that Panama cruise, if it was normally $2,500, but you got it for $1,500, you got $1,500 of credits. But if you want to go on a cruise next year, that is $1,000, on their site versus $750 through Vacations to Go, let's say, you're gonna have to pay $1,000. So you're gonna have to use $1,500 of your $1,000, that type of thing. So there's a bit of a mix match there. You can't use any of the credit towards your taxes and fees. You can't use any of the credit towards your tip money. So but using $1,000 to get the Caribbean cruise would leave you theoretically $500. You can't apply that $500 to these other charges. Can't put it on specialty restaurants. Can't get a drink card. That's just for the fare. So gone. So now you as an inconvenienced, very inconvenienced traveler on the Panama cruise are having to juggle and try to figure out how to use the credit for what and how and where. Are you going to take another Panamanian cruise all over again? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's going to be a cruise in the Mediterranean that you want to do. So now there's all these logistics. That's one thing. Second thing, though, is the major news outlets that have so far covered this story. I know NBC had it on Friday night on their news. They didn't cover the other 3 cruises that were affected. No one is talking about the cruise from February the 2nd, which started in Buenos Aires. No one is talking about the quick cruise they had out of Miami, the next cruise, which was the Western Caribbean cruise on March 9th until March 16th. All of those cruises were construction cruises with the same chemicals, the same guys ripping the place apart with the dust flying everywhere, the toxic fumes everywhere, and making people ill. No compensation offered at all by Norwegian. Norwegian didn't step up and say, "Oh, we're really sorry about this. We started this work in February. We know our passengers were affected in Panama Cruise. We're gonna make it right for everyone that was affected and go back to Feb 2nd," because that's 9,000 people that have been exposed to these chemicals instead of 2,000 passengers. It's 9,000 people, 8,000 passengers, and 1,000 crew. But the crew have been affected and exposed to this for 60 days, 4 cruises, 60 days. How sick could some of those people be in the day? We haven't heard a word, and we're not going to hear a word. Those people are on basic lockdown. There's no way their story's getting out unless somehow, some of the workers who are on the ship, if they've gotten very ill, have they sent emails back home to their relatives in the Philippines or Indonesia or wherever they're from, and have any of those folks been able to get the word out? Because I don't know how to reach. I don't know who the employees are on the ship. I have no idea. So I would love to know how the employees have been doing on this ship. How have they been faring, especially those who are trapped down below with no fresh air other than the ship ventilation, which is compromised because the fumes are on the outside of the ship, running the full length of the ship as it moves forward. The guys are working on the front of the ship with all the sanding and all the particles going up in the air. The ship is going forward, and all the particles are just falling down on the whole 1,000-foot length of the ship. It is terrible. So I don't know. So that's another little update on the Sun that I can give you from my end. I'm waiting to see if any other news outlets are going to elaborate on this story and dig into it, because at this point, they're only doing reactive reporting. No one is doing original reporting. And that's disappointing because I think this is serious stuff. But that's just because I love cruise ships and I care for passengers, because I'm a passenger quite often. I want to be quite more often. That was that story. The next little ditty I want to talk to you about is another ship Norwegian has called the Norwegian Star. The Norwegian Star is, I believe, a sister ship to the Sun. I could be wrong, but I think it is. And the Star is going on a repositioning cruise. And it's going to leave Miami. It's going to Barcelona, leaves Miami on April the 22nd for 14 nights. It's a 2-week cruise across the Atlantic, ending in Barcelona. Guess what? Right after Barcelona, it's going into dry dock. Going into dry dock. So what is going to happen to the passengers of the Star leaving Miami on the 22nd of April? I'll be watching for that one. I'm just crossing my fingers and hoping these guys are trying to pull another stunt and do the same darn thing here across the Atlantic. Are they going to put construction crews on there with those toxic chemicals again and do it again when they've had to give a full refund to the folks on Panama and they're hiding the other 3 cruises trying to bury that story? I don't know. I did notice today some promo materials, PR promo press releases. The bliss, the bliss, the bliss. They're pushing the bliss. It's coming. It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. And they're pushing the bliss. I think they want to bury the story from this other group. They don't want these stories to keep going, but I don't think they're going to stop. Wendy Thompson, thank you for the cola. I got $1.99 from a super chat. There we are. I'll be able to get some more of this stuff. Thank you. Cheers. That's fantastic. I'm kind of running low on this stuff. I have to get some more. Thank you for the super chat, Wendy. And Norwegian Star is one of the next ones, but the first one just before that one will be the 19th of April, 3 days earlier, when the Sun, which is in dry dock now in Victoria, British Columbia, it's coming out. It'll be in Seattle on the 19th of April to start its repositioning cruise back to Florida, to Port Canaveral. And I can tell you right now, out of all the cruise ships that I've ever watched and dry docks, 80% of the dry docks have workers still on the ship after dry dock for at least the first 2 weeks. I can't imagine that the Norwegian Sun will not have construction workers on it on that repositioning cruise. I'm just hoping against hope that what they do have on the ship and what they are doing on that ship isn't anywhere near as poisonous as they've been doing for 60 days already. I don't know. I just don't know what to think about that. So that was that little tidbit. Okay. Next little tidbit I wanted to mention was Cruise Critic. Cruise Critic. I followed Cruise Critic for years. I started following Cruise Critic back in 2008 when I was going on my first cruise. My buddy, who talked me into doing this Mexican Riviera cruise with my wife, and he and his wife said to me, well, you want to find out what's going on the ship, just go to Cruise Critic. There's all kinds of information on it. So I started following Cruise Critic, and I noticed they have discussion boards there. And you can type in the name of a ship, and you'll see all these discussion boards on these ships over all the years. And even back in 2008, people were comparing notes about their upcoming trips. Never thought back in 2008 that someday I'd be doing this with you guys on YouTube, talking about cruise ships. Anyway, I've been getting some feedback, and I've been reading some people asking on the Facebook page and elsewhere, why aren't there stories about the Norwegian Sun on Cruise Critic? Some people have gone out and said that I read one report saying the lady was saying my husband had written a post, did a posting on Cruise Critic to try and start a new posting on the Norwegian Sun, and it was up for half an hour and it got deleted, got eliminated. I've heard this again and again and again, and I thought, why would Cruise Critic not allow its followers who talk to each other to talk about the Norwegian Sun? I was very perplexed by that. So I did some digging, what limited digging I can do. Found out that Cruise Critic was actually purchased and taken over by another company. I just grab my notes here because I made some notes the other day. There we go. Cruise Critic is actually owned by an outfit called Independent Traveler Incorporated. And Independent Traveler Incorporated is in turn owned by TripAdvisor. And TripAdvisor is a booking site where you can book trips. Now, TripAdvisor owns a lot of other websites out there that have opinions on hotel stays, resort stays, that kind of thing. And it got me wondering, I wonder if the Cruise Critic people are not allowed to have very critical articles or boards, discussion boards against properties that they're promoting. I was kind of wondering if, corporate head office said to them, no, you can't do that. You can't, we're not here to criticize or we won't allow criticism of cruise ships on our site. I don't know what the deal is. Is it possibly that Norwegian is a big advertiser on their platform? Maybe Norwegian buys a lot of ads and they're not going to upset their advertiser on the platform. So I'm just guessing. Now, some of you out there might accuse me of being overly speculative here, because I've been getting those kinds of criticisms from some of you out there going, oh, you're just making this stuff up and you're just creating all kinds of sensationalism, trying to get ratings on your channel. Well, okay, accuse me of whatever you want. This is my show. We're here to talk. I'm opening up for questions and answers. What do you folks think? I'm wondering if maybe there's a bit of a tug of war going on inside the Cruise Critic forum, where some folks, let the readers talk what they want to talk about, and others are going, well, no, we can't really be too critical of Norwegian because they spend a lot of money here for advertising. I don't know. Anyway, that's something I was wondering about, and I've been looking into and trying to dig up and get to the bottom of. I don't know yet. Now, Seaside, last point, or last ship. The Seaside. Oh gosh. All right. I have been getting a ton of comments about the Seaside, because I did a bunch of discussions with you guys for the last month. I probably had 10 hours, 10 dailies where we talk about the Seaside. And as you folks know, who are regulars of mine, you know that I've had a lot of people who've been on that ship who've come on to this show, who are typing in, saying hi to me, telling me I just got off that ship, or I was on that ship 2 weeks ago, and they're telling us problems. Now, I have not had people coming on the ship on this show in any kind of number saying the ship was great, we had a fantastic time, it was wonderful. I haven't got those. I've only got the other side of it, of issues, and just when we all think we've heard it all, there can't possibly be anything else wrong with the ship. There's something else. Then we have another person coming in saying, this is my experience and this is what happened to me. I was on the ship, this is what's going on. Now, I've never claimed to be on the ship. All of you who are regulars know I haven't been on the Seaside. I wanted to go on the Seaside 3 months ago. I was saying, why doesn't Seaside send me a couple of tickets? I'll go on the Seaside, give it a review. I never got those tickets. Now I know why. I think I know why they don't want me on the ship, because there might be a slight smell of poop on the ship, maybe, that I might discover, and they didn't want me to go there. That could have been it. So I don't know. Don't know what to say. But I will say this. I have received a number of comments from people who've been critical of me, saying, you're always negative. You're always negative about the MSC Seaside. You never say anything good about the ship. You're always bad. You're always saying. I've said a lot of good things about the ship. I can tell you that I love the look of the ship very much, and I really enjoyed some of the videos I've seen of people walking around the ship and showing off all the various areas. Stunning, just fantastic. Some of the views that you can get from the ship itself and that type of thing. Wow. But then I've had other friends of mine, viewers of mine, who have said to me, yeah, but they don't seem to have a promenade deck. They don't seem to have this, or they're doing that. I heard about the zip line. You had to pay $10 to do a ride on the zip line. And if you wanted an unlimited ticket, I think it's $50. You can get an unlimited ride package for $50. I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to pay $50 to go on the same zip line. But then again, if you're a zip line aficionado, great. But I think I got other uses for the $50 if it was just me. Anyway, I've always said too, another thing I've said to you guys, I think I've been consistent on this. If the ship is so great and the reviews are so positive. If there's 95% happiness on the ship and only 5% misery, then why is it that you can get a balcony room on that cruise ship for the price of a balcony room on Carnival, which is known as the biggest bargain at sea? Why is the MSC Seaside an $800 million built ship? It's a 5-star ranking. Why can you get balconies for the price of Carnival? That's what I wonder. Now, I will admit, and I'm the first to say it, I've had reviews that I've seen, some reviews that have come to me, people who've commented to me on my videos saying they had a great time. They really enjoyed the ship. They loved everything about it. And they couldn't find any of the problems that we've been referring to. But upon further digging, we find out that, well, yeah, these folks were up in the yacht club. They were upstairs in the nicer rooms. They were paying $3,500 for their cruise with all the bells and whistles. They got the drink package. They got the massage, spa access, restaurant access. They got it all. They were well looked after, and they enjoyed it. And I say, great. That is really good. I'm really happy you're getting what you want. But the yacht club has, I don't know, a couple of hundred rooms, 300, 400. There are, what, 4,000 others who are below you on the majority of the ship, the lower decks and so on. And that's where the problems are coming from. There are people down there, many, many, many people down there who are running into issues, and that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm getting. But I am hearing from those at the top going, it's great, it's wonderful. We had a wonderful balcony unit, a fantastic service. The food was fantastic. We had no problems whatsoever. And I say, way to go. You should have. For that kind of money, darn right, should be good. But I've also mentioned, as you know, if you're going to spend $500 a night, $3,500 or so, you can get you can go on any ship you want. I mean, that kind of money, there's very few cruise ships now that you can't go on at that nightly rate, depending on what kind of shopper you are, obviously. But boy, if you love you like it nice, you can spend less and get that. If you can get that experience for less money, I guess what I'm trying to say. And Viking cruises is one that comes to mind right away. I mean, if you're doing a Caribbean cruise and you want to spend less than $3,500 a person and get 6-star, go to Viking. You're gonna be treated great, and you're on a ship of 930 people. You got a balcony suite guaranteed, drinks included, specialty restaurants included, entertainment, short excursions included. Fantastic, good deal. So anyway, that's what I also wanted to say today about the MSC Seaside. Okay, so let's catch up with the comments, because I've been seeing them come in since I started my little yammering here. Let's see what's going on. Okay, here we go. Paul Willigas, I saw a commercial on TV yesterday for the Seaside. Made it out to be the most glorious ship on the seas. Price is starting at $399 and free wine, beer, and basic bar drinks. 5-6-star line, that kind of price doesn't add up. That doesn't add up. They don't do that on the Viking cruises. Bob Hollis, Paul, they are getting desperate. Jim Thomas, how many people will use that credit? Sure, don't trust them to cruise on that line again. That's talking about the Norwegian Cruise Line. That cruise line credit, I agree. Scott Brody's here. Hi, Bruce. First time viewing your live stream. Scott, where have you been? I've been waiting for you forever. That's great. 2 degrees Celsius here in St. Thomas, Ontario. Not the other St. Thomas. Darn it. You're living in the wrong St. Thomas. Oh, mind you didn't have a hurricane issue, so it's okay. Welcome, Scott Brody, to the show. I'm glad you're here. I'm curious whether you're a cruiser. Have you been on a cruise ship before? Is this you coming on your first cruise, or are you a regular cruiser? You can let us know. The gang will probably say hi to you here. Randy Lucas, Bob H, laughing out loud. Bob Hollis, welcome, Scott. There's your first welcome right there. Paul Willigas, Bob Hollis, apparently. Randy, howdy, Scott. Scott Brody. Jim Thomas, welcome, Scott. Scott Birdie, taking our first cruise on Celebrity Solstice to Alaska in July. You've already answered my question. You're ahead. You're just so ahead of me. Fantastic. On the Solstice should be great. That should be great. Fantastic. Oh, you got to tell us how it works out. Yeah, how's that ship going to be? How was your food after you're all done? How was your room? You got to give us a report. Fantastic, Scott. This is great. Love the info you're providing for us cruisers. The info, no problem. Wendy Thompson sending me $1.99. Have a Coke. Thank you. There it is right there. Thank you, Wendy. Just watching 190. Can't wait to hear this. Just watching 190. Can't wait to hear this. Debbie Manuel. Yay, Wendy. Jim Thomas. Deborah, wonder if Scott on the cruise ship you will be on. Deborah, wonder if Scott on the cruise ship will you be on? I'm not sure what you mean. Iskew Park, the stars dead will be free hard hats. Free hard hats, hammers, and sandpaper for all guests. Laughing out loud. Deal. I see the deal on the Norwegian Star. That's what you're talking about. Oh man. I'm just talking about it. I forgot. I have no idea what he's talking about. He's talking about the Norwegian Star. I was just talking about the Norwegian Star. I must be getting old. Unbelievable. Scott Bordy, we are out of Seattle July 13th. Can't wait. I bet you can't. That's going to be fantastic. Nice ship to start with. You're going to go on your first cruise. Celebrity? Good choice. My first cruise was Holland America. I equate those lines equally. They're just nice. Very well done. You're going to be spoiled. You're going to be addicted now. You're done for. After you finish that cruise, nothing but cruising from then on. I'm sure of it. Debbie Manuel. Jim, no, he is on a different cruise line. Okay, Jim Thomas, good for you. Wendy, Jim Thomas. Oh, Richard C. Cruise Mapper says, Norwegian Star, just a normal dry dock, not listed as extensive as the Sun. All right. Well, this will be interesting to see. Richard, thank you for that. We're all curious. When I heard about this, I had read a comment from someone out there going, oh, I'm on that cruise. I wonder what's going to happen to me. Can you blame these people for being nervous? It's crazy. Randy Lucas, hey, Bruce, don't be alarmed, but there's a spider on the wall behind you over your left shoulder. It must have gone. Thanks for the warning. Not that I'm afraid of spiders, but let's take a peek here. Take a peek. Look down. Don't know. But, now I know why I don't have any grasshoppers in the house or any flies. I got these guys taking care of business. It's that time of season around here where they're coming out from hiding. And, got to get the raid out and, the usual. Anyway, thank you. I did see something up there, a little black dot. I kind of noticed it, but I didn't want to do this. What's that? But, yeah, I've got a guest, obviously. And if he comes out on the floor, he won't last long. All righty. Wendy Thompson, we are past passengers on Viking. Viking PM. We have a customer number and can get you $100 off the fare. Well, thank you very much. Isn't that wonderful? Thank you so much. I'll keep that in mind. That's great. Seakeeper, I thought that was a schmutz on my screen. I can't clean it off. What is it? Get that off. I can't get that. Everybody else, any brothers or sisters up there? No, mom and dad. It would be kind of fun if like a 6-inch monster came down here and landed on my shoulder. Would that be fun? Oh my goodness. Debbie Manuel, good eye, Randy, laughing out loud, Randy. Jim Thomas. Oh well, now owner of the house will need to buy for the house. Yeah, but if I have enough of these guys, I won't have any bugs. I just have spiders. That'll be okay. Oh my goodness, bug bomb, Jim saying. That's funny. Iskew Park, that bug is a bug placed by sun owners to get dirt on Bruce. That's what they're doing. They're trying to plant something on me. Bruce, Bob Hall saying, Bruce, wondering why Norwegian Cruise Line Sun is even in dry dock. It was last refurbished in 2016. Well, they may have only done a light refurbishing, perhaps. I don't know. That's, this is a very good point. On the other hand, you know what, Bob? Maybe when they did the last refurbishing, they uncovered issues. And they realized, oh, we got ourselves, it's even worse than we thought. We've cosmetically cleaned it up for now in 16. but we got to book this back into dry dock for some major work, and maybe the work they want done can be done in Victoria and other select dry docks, and maybe that's why it's where it is. Who knows? I don't know if we'll ever get the word on that. Randy Lucas, IP, laugh out loud. Wilgus, laugh out loud. SQ Bob Hollis, 2016. Seakeeper, Cruise Critic. I have published 2 very bad critics over the years. One as recent as 18 months ago, and they got published verbatim. Very good. Good to hear, Seakeeper. As I say, I personally haven't had any complaints about these guys, but I've always noticed that it's sort of how do I say it? It's PG rated, which is great. I mean, the nasty language is verboten, which is great. I want all age groups to be able to read it without being offended. Good stuff. So I'll say critic light, like Bud Light. It's like Cruise Critic light. But okay. But this story with the Sun, these folks were trying to post stuff, and it just wasn't taking. I don't know. Richard C. But isn't that human nature to talk about the bad experiences rather than the good ones? Just like everybody wins in a casino. Good point too, Richard. I can understand why on say the Sun, if there's 2,000 passengers, if 50 of them were really complaining, but 1,950 were saying nothing, you got to go, well, okay, maybe 25 of them were with one family and somebody got upset and the rest of the family is supporting that person, and the other 50, I don't know who they are. But here on this Facebook group, 1,100 members now in a week. That's serious. That's a serious grouping. And the photos and the evidence has just been from everybody. I mean, just from everywhere. So something definitely happened here. But yeah, that's a good point, Richard, because, I've seen a few people comment about saying, I was on that ship. I had a great time. We didn't have any issues. And then I did read a couple other people saying who had issues were saying, I can understand why a few folks wouldn't have had a problem. They might have been in this section of the ship, or their cabin was, in whatever area, and may not have been as affected as we were. But if you were on decks, blah, 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 and that, you had problems. And that's why 1,100 members on the site, because it was a bad one. Anyway, there you go. Wendy T. Randy saying, Wendy, very generous of you to send Bruce $2. Charlie Baum, I've heard that it's $25 an hour for bowling on the seaside. I think you're right. I think I heard that too. You got to really want to do that. Yeah, some of these activities are a little, they're quirky, interesting, one of a kind ish. But to me, I'm going, yeah, I don't know if that's my thing. Richard C. Sealet, I agree. I have not given great reviews on Cruise Critic, and we still got published. I'm not sure where Bruce is getting this information from. Cruise Critic is a very comprehensive source of information. Where I got it from, just to clarify, was on the Facebook site. People were saying, a number of them were saying, I tried to post a story on Cruise Critic. I tried to do a posting so that we could spread the word there, and they wouldn't let it go up. It would get up, and then 30 minutes later it would disappear. Can't find it anymore. And so there were a number of cases, high number of cases, where a number of members are trying to get a thread going, or whatever the word is, a posting with threads behind it, and it wouldn't take. So that's what I was getting over the weekend. Okay, just so you know, Debbie, Charlie for bowling. Keith Mahoney, I heard people not happy on MSC. Oh yeah, Randy Lucas, dang, I missed it. Walking away. Paul Willigas, the spider got scared thinking about the seaside. Oh no. Jim Thomas, now bug is behind metals. Now behind behind here. Okay, so back here somewhere. Yeah, well, when I see him, I see him. Iskew Park, we found a balcony on Seaside, first week of March. 7-day Eastern Caribbean run, $460 a person, Canadian. Never took it due to the $2,000 to fly there and back on short notice. That's the curse of being in certain places in Canada. you're locked in. You just can't get out on a decent deal. It's impossible. Michelle Lucas, itsy bitsy spider. Bob Hollis, this is the same cruise critic that rated Seaside best ship for 2018. Yeah, they won the award for the best new cruise ship, Editor's Choice Awards. And I commented at the time going, why would you do that? Makes no sense to me. No paying passenger had been on that ship yet. And you guys are giving it the ship of the year and showing off all the highlights, which of course made a lot of people want to book. And boy, did some folks get taken for an ugly little ride. I'm sorry for those who paid top dollar on Seaside before the word got out and endured that yuck and all the complaints that I've heard about the customer service or lack thereof, where nothing got resolved whatsoever. No credits, no refunds, no nada. And people were really upset, and some of them paid some serious money for these cruises. Very, very sad story. A Seakeeper, I believe that if you review in Cruise Critic, it's all bad and nothing good to say, they won't publish it. Mine was balanced, but the bad points far outweighed the good ones. Yeah, and I can understand how these folks who were exposed to these toxic chemicals and went to the doctors for relief and so would want to get their story out to say to the world, this happened to us. They don't have anything good to say. I mean, how can they have any happy thoughts on what went on there? They were probably just relieved to get to Los Angeles and stay off the ship. But whatever Cruise Critic's policies are, it's is it balanced? I don't know. I understand what Seakeeper is saying, though. If you're on a cruise and it's a 7-day cruise, 10-day cruise, how can it be all bad? If it's I'm talking about a normal cruise, not a toxic chemical cruise. If you're on a normal cruise for 10 days and you went to 3 or 4 or 5 islands and, Caribbean, and you had a mixed time. You came back and went, I didn't like my room, but I liked the restaurant. I didn't like this, but I liked the shows. And you bring a report to Cruise Critic like that, I say that's fair. It's fair because how can it be all bad? On the other hand, if you're now home from this 16-day Panama cruise and you've been to the doctor, you've had chest x-rays, you have a persistent rasp cough that you can't get rid of, you have stinging eyes from when you got off the ship, you had rashes, you were physically affected in a very, very negative way, bad way. I can forgive that person for slamming that ship, in any way they want, because it's not the ship necessarily, it's the cruise line. And that's who you're slamming. But in the world of Cruise Critic, you can't, I don't think there are like dedicated things to cruise lines. Maybe there are. I haven't been there enough to know. But anyway, I'm just reporting to you what I found out this past weekend about a lot of people wanted to start a discussion about the Sun on Cruise Critic, and they couldn't get one up. They just couldn't get one up. So there you go. Desi Wagner, Bruce, I saw a post on Cruise Critic where the OP asked why her post about the Sun was blocked. It was up for half a day and it was taken down. Of course, I never saw it, but others commenting had. Interesting. Peter Heckema, Affluent Journeys, just posted a 31-minute video on the Symphony of the Seas. He was the first American YouTuber to be on board and allowed to do this video. Type in Affluent Journeys on YouTube. Seakeeper, example, waiters fist fighting in the main dining room, dinner and a show. I mean, right from your table. You're getting a twofer right there. You don't even have to leave. This is fantastic. Yes, sir. Wendy Thompson, Mike Tyson is a waiter. As a waiter, fun. Is Q Park, can you imagine if we paid that much, not including the 2 days overnight hotel in port before and after, with $2,000 airfare for the Sun run, and all we would get back is $920 for the room on board? Yeah, this is a big discussion point where people are just going, first of all, I don't want to take another cruise with you guys. I know you're giving me a credit for another cruise, and the news organizations are saying, that's a free cruise. No, it's not a free cruise. Not at all. I can see why these folks are going, why would I be on Norwegian at all? I don't want anything to do with you guys anymore. I want to go on a cruise. I'll go on a cruise with Celebrity, or I'll go on a cruise with Holland America, or I'll go to Viking, or whatever I'm going to do, but it's not going to be on Norwegian. So just refund me my money. Just give me a refund of my dough, and I'll leave you alone. But they won't. They're not handing a dime back. Not a dime are they giving up. They're holding that cash they got on all 4 cruises, and they're offering nothing from that. So that's the beef, and I get it. I can't blame people who are saying, I've been to my doctor now, I'm taking medication, I'm ill as hell, I'm not going on that cruise line anymore. Not a chance. I won't trust these guys. It's my life that I'm dealing with here, not emotions. It's my health. I get it. I totally get it. I'd be infuriated. Iskew is saying, yeah, there you go. Anyway, so there's that one. One more topic I wanted to bring up today was talking about Viking Cruise Line. I saw today a news story, and I figured this was coming. It's only a matter of time. Starting in May of 2019, so that's a year and a month and away, 13 months from now, you can start taking combo cruises with Viking, a river cruise and an ocean cruise, as a package deal offered by Viking. So it'll be a seamless vacation for you. You'll start off maybe in Budapest, Hungary, on one of their river cruises. You'll go along there all the way up, stopping every day somewhere, shore excursions, 5-star, 6-star dining, alcohol included, a nice package. And you'll end up in Amsterdam, where you will then transfer to the ocean liner, and you'll be on your suite there, balcony suite, because only 930 passengers on the ship, and you will do a 7-day cruise through Norway or Sweden, and you'll end up in Bergen, and you got yourself a 22-day cruise deal, 15 days on the river, 7 days on the ocean, and all handled by Viking. To me, that's brilliant. It's just brilliant. I'd be doing that if I were Viking. Absolutely. Offer a twofer right now. The cost for these, they're not cheap. US money, we're looking at about $8,500 to $22,000 to $25,000 based on the kind of stateroom you're taking. So if you're taking a high-end owner suite, yeah, you're paying top dollar, but $8,500 is the low end. It's still $400 a day, approximately American a day. So it's not a bargain deal, but it is a unique luxury cruise. There's no doubt about it. You will get the good stuff here with all the onshore excursions, because even on the ocean liner, you've got shore excursions as well. So that would be quite the trip. That one is a 22-dayer. They have 16-day trips, apparently. They'll have all kinds of them coming out. But I just heard today that this is now just being offered now for the first time. First combo cruise, May 2019. So there you go. Bob Hollis, NCL is probably requiring a hold harmless claim so you don't sue if you take the deal. I wouldn't be surprised, sir, that would be the case. But I can tell you, these folks on the Facebook site, they are hiring lawyers. They're going after these guys. They're talking to legal teams outside the U.S. Wherever the ship ported, they're talking there. They're going after these guys. They're not relenting. They're getting more creative as to how else to expose it. And I did get an email myself. I got a message on my channel. Or on one of my Facebook posts. Australia just picked up the story. Japan just picked up the story, and Norwegian does cruise there. They have cruise ships in those areas, and they're now getting the negative press globally. This is not just a USA Facebook story. This is spreading globally, and these folks aren't giving in. They just are not going to give in. But now I know that there's a Facebook chat group, for the March 9th to 16th cruise, the one before. They've started their own Facebook group as well. and they're seeking compensation because they're comparing notes with the folks in the Panama Canal. They had it just as bad. And then the folks from the 2nd of February until, what was it, March, I can't remember the exact date, March 8th or something like that, or maybe March 6th, almost a month. They came up from Buenos Aires through the Panama Canal to Miami. They too had the construction going on, and massive sections of the ship blocked off, could not get to the pools, couldn't get to this area, bars were closed, all kinds of inconveniences, no warning, no nothing. They too are going after Norwegian for their compensation. So this is not ending, and Norwegian could have been proactive on it and just come up with an offer that would have satisfied, but they didn't. They just chinched off with a 25% offer, now the 100% offer, which is still not sufficient, and they've ignored the other 3 cruises. So I don't know. We'll see what gives. Let's see here. Wendy, the 15-day cruise is $15,000 for the Explorer Suite. Iskew Park, give the Facebook title, Bruce, so new joiners can take a look. I did. It's amazing to see. Oh, the name of the Facebook page is Panama Canal Sun, is what it's called. Panama Canal Sun is the name of the Facebook page. You can check it out there. Let's see here. Wendy Thompson, 2-for-1 fares on some of the Viking cruises, but not all, but just a selection of Wendy. Randy Lucas, we're on the ship now with Miss K from Tennessee. Viking is her favorite line, and she's done over 60 cruises. There you go. There's a vote of confidence right there. Isn't that something? That's fantastic, Randy. Say hi to her for us. Iskew Park, so 7,500 each, Wendy? Ooh, Wendy, yep. Villager Swagger Pop is here. Villager Swagger saying pop. Okay, hi, Villager Swagger. Iskew Park, not too bad. That's a lot for limited income retirees, but not bad. Wendy Thompson, Amsterdam to Budapest. Yeah, that's going the other direction, isn't it? Jim Thomas, 60 cruises. Wow. Yeah, Iskew Park, Panama Canal Sun. There you go. Panama Canal Sun is the name of the Facebook group. And the other one was something like, what was it? Norwegian Sun 318 or something like that. Anyway, one you can link to the other. If you find the one, you'll find the other. You can link it. Sonny Wallace. Hi, Bruce. I'm late. Hi, Sonny Wallace. How you doing? Welcome. Where are we at here? Coming up to an hour. Welcome to the show. We've been talking today about, those of you who are just joining us and who've been maybe here for 10 minutes, Norwegian Sun. We've talked about the Norwegian Star cruise ship going on a repositioning cruise out of Miami to Barcelona on the 22nd of April, and then going into dry dock. We're worried about, well, I'm worried, whether that one will be a construction cruise too. One of my viewers said to me that the dry dock that the Star was going to was a light dry dock, not a major redo. Hopefully that means the work on it won't be so severe and there might not be any construction on it, but there are passengers booked on the Norwegian Star that are worried about their cruise being like the Norwegian Sun, which was a toxic thing for 60 days, February the 2nd till March 31st, over 4 cruises, as far as I've been able to figure out. Not great. We talked about Cruise Critic today, about whether they're holding back stories or not. And now we're talking about Viking Cruises offering combos, river cruise, ocean cruise. They're offering both, all in one. Let's see here. Who else is saying hi or whatever? Iskew Park. Okay. Sonny Wallace. Randy, hi. SW, you missed the spider. Yeah, Sonny, you missed the spider. Village Swagger, have you seen my emerald? Have I? Villager Swagger, I'm not sure what you're doing. Sonny Wallace, how can we protect ourselves to not be subjected to this type of situation after paying all that money for a cruise? Good question. The one way to, theoretically, is not to take a cruise before the repositioning cruise. But what about the folks who were on the cruise on February the 2nd from Buenos Aires, 60 days before they're going into dry dock? Shouldn't they have been safe too? How do you know? I don't know, Sonny. I don't. Darn, so Sonny's Wallace going spider. We'll have to watch the replay. There's tension. There's excitement. What happened? Villager Swagger. Okay, Villager Swagger. Hi. Mary Almeyer, the post-cruise feedback for Norwegian Cruise Lines always asks if you have ever heard of Cruise Critic. Wonder why. Stake in it now? Yeah, makes you wonder why, Mary, are they asking? Why would Norwegian want to know if you've ever heard of Cruise Critic? I'm wondering, maybe because they're advertising on Cruise Critic and they want to know if you've heard of it. Or when you book a cruise, sometimes the cruise lines will do a survey. How did you find us? How did you book your cruise? How did you know about our cruise? And they'll have all kinds of options. One that might be Cruise Critic. Did you find out about it through them, or did you watch Traveling with Bruce on YouTube? They haven't asked you that question, have they? No, not yet. No. So you never know. Iskew Park, best way is boycott ship companies who would try to get away with things like the Sun, and perhaps other lines will take notice and smarten up. Yeah. You sure hope so. I just see no advantage to this. I'm really worried over the 60 days here with 8,000 passengers, 1,000 crew. With those 8,000 passengers, how many of those 8,000 passengers, female, on the female side of it, were any expectant mothers to be? Were they in the early stages of pregnancy? And they're exposed to these chemicals, breathing this stuff in. This is some of these chemicals are extremely dangerous for newborns. I don't know what to, what do they think? They're just not thinking. They're not thinking. Iskew Bark is saying, talk about boycotting. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. One last thing I was going to mention today, and this is just me pondering here. I'm just pondering, just wondering. Have you ever noticed, I've noticed on cable television, and I can't remember the name of the channel. I don't know if it's the Learning Channel or, one of these millions of cable channels. But I've seen, and I'm sure you have too, videos about cruise ships where, they'll follow a ship for like a week. And, they start the show off in Fort Lauderdale and they're loading it up. And then the camera goes over to the check-in area. And then the camera's over to the luggage area. Then the camera goes to the captain in the bridge. And everyone's getting ready to go. And there's drama, all this drama. There's no drama. Just getting on the cruise ship, getting ready on the cruise. And then they leave. And then they're out at sea. And then inevitably, something mechanically goes wrong in the engine room, or somebody has a hotel problem, whatever they is, and they have to review that, and then they get to Oco Rios and someone isn't coming back on the ship on time, and they're going to leave without the passenger. And the last minute they come running down the pier, and all is well, but the captain's all nervous about missing their connection to the next port. I mean, I watch these shows and I turn the sound off. I can't stand it, and I just look at the pictures because it's nice footage. But it just drives me nuts. But anyway, I was just going to say, have you ever noticed on those shows, you're never going to see a story like the Norwegian Sun? You're never going to see that, where the guys are on board with 5 cameramen and they're watching these guys with the toxic chemicals, storing them on board the deck very dangerously, I think. And then you got, the sanding going on with the masks and the hazmat suits, and 10 feet away, right over there, people lying in loungers in their bathing suits with the dust coming off, and they got nothing to protect them. You ever think you'd see a show on cable like that? You're never going to see a show like that. No way. That is so buried. It's you're never going to know. So I just don't know. I've done my part to talk about that story. I kind of don't want to talk it to death, but it's just a terrible story. And other media, just so far, nothing. Just quiet little tidbits of news, but no one's on that story. I'd like to know about that captain. Whatever happened to the captain of that ship? Why did he leave the ship a week, 16 days before dry dock? You got a $50 million reboot being done in that thing. That's a major jobs being done on that ship in probably every department. Captain's in charge of the whole ship with all of his department heads. They've probably been working months to get ready for the dry dock, setting up the scheduling and working with head office. And captain goes on a holiday? A holiday? something not right in China here. Something not right. Anyway, just me. What I'm going to say. Let's see. What are we going to say here? People have been talking. Sonny Wallace, NCL was my favorite. What to do? Going on the Bliss in June. You should be okay on the Bliss. Brand new. Discovery Channel is Q Park? Could be. Randy Lucas really liked the Viking combo deal idea, but gosh, that's a lot of money. Yes, Randy, it is. Jim Thomas, dang, temp just went from 84 to 90 since Bruce started the show. Oh, man, I'm blowing hot air. Love cruising. Hi, all. Love cruising is here. Debbie Manuel, Sonny, I am doing Bliss a few weeks after you. New ship, so guessing should not have the same trouble as the Sun. I doubt they're going to be resurfacing the decks in the first 2 months of the ship's life. Randy Lucas, love cruising. I love your name. Sonny Wallace, hope not. Debbie Manuel, I hope new ships are a crapshoot sometimes, but I don't think I have to worry with the NCL. Not so now. Love cruising. A lot of people on the Sun were saying that they posted negative reviews on Cruise Critic, but the posts are being deleted by Cruise Critic. That just what wasn't I just saying that? Yeah, we were just talking about that. SQ Park, SNL should do a skit about the Sun. Love cruising. Be great to talk to the old captain. Oh, yeah. Yeah, love cruising. Hee, thanks, Randy. SQ Park, the captain seen the number of workers and supplies that were planned to be on is why he left, I think. Yeah, I wonder too. Sonny Wallace, I bet the captain had nothing to do with the construction schedule, got fed up because of the anger of people, left because he didn't agree with what happened. You kind of wonder if that's what happened. The captain just said, you're doing this to my ship, and I have no say in the matter. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm not liable for this stuff. You find another patsy to be the captain of this thing. I'm off. I'm off the ship. Not a chance am I going to be on this ship. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be getting off. Just get off that ship right now. I don't know. Like I said, the mystery, it just keeps growing and growing and growing. It's a mystery scenario. I have no idea what's going on. Looks like today we got 27 thumbs ups. Thank you very much for the thumbs ups today, you guys. If any of you can spare a thumbs up, by all means, hit that button and throw them at me. I noticed lately I've been getting like 50 to 60 thumbs ups on videos I've been posting, which is like a new normal now. It's fantastic. It used to be 20 to 30 or 35, 40. Thank you very much, one and all. It helps the channel get more noticed. The more thumbs ups we get, it's positive momentum. I love it. I think that's about my topic of discussion today. I'm kind of out of stuff here. Tomorrow, 2 shows. I'm doing trivia tomorrow. Are you ready for trivia? Are you ready? Do you like the trivia? You enjoy when I do trivia? I'm constantly looking for this stuff. I have a ball doing it, but I'm definitely on the Late Show. I'm definitely doing trivia on the Late Show tomorrow. The 5 o'clock show might be a combination of news and trivia, depending how busy it is and what's going on. But I'm curious if you're happy with it. I'll keep it coming. If you hate it, let me know. Let's see what's going on here. Debbie Manuel, Sunny. Norwegian Cruise Line has been my favorite line as well. Not happy with the line, has been playing such games with people and their vacations. Jim Thomas, Debbie Manuel, sure you will have a great cruise on the Bliss. Iskew Park. I love the trivia, Bruce. Iskew's loving the trivia. How about the rest of you guys? You like the trivia? Is it okay? Working on some more. And then we'll have some more fun on those 2 shows. Iskew Park, keep it up, Bruce. Tina Holt is here. Hi, Tina. I'm late. I'm back. Yay, trivia, Debbie saying the questions have been so great lately. I try to keep it going, try to keep it entertaining. Don't want to bore you guys. Sonny Wallace, trivia is fun. My guess is Tokyo, whatever the question. Tokyo. What's the first foreign city that Burger King opened a Burger King franchise? Tokyo. It's Tokyo. Tokyo. I'm typing it in. It's Tokyo. Love Cruising is saying very interesting trivia questions. Yeah, you got to check it out. Love Cruising. We have fun with that. Paul Wilkins, the trivia is fun. Jim Thomas, great show. Love your games. Just wish I wasn't so dumb. No. It's all good. Randy Lucas, I enjoy the trivia because I'm so darn good at it. See, there you have it. You got the one guy just swaggering on a cruise ship, of course, it just rubbed it in. And then you got the other guy going, I don't know if I do so well. Love the trivia, loves to travel, is saying. I guess I'll do some trivia tomorrow, for sure. I'll bring some more to the table. We'll have a good time with that. All right, you guys. Well, thanks again for watching today. What do we got now? 33 likes. I was able to score 6 more likes and thumbs ups today. Thank you for that, you guys. Really appreciate it. Had a great show today. Any other topics you want me to cover, you let me know. If there's anything that you want me to kind of dig up, We'll see what's going on out there. Peter Heckema, love the trivia, Bruce. Thank you, Peter. And I love doing it. It's just a lot of fun, and I get a real kick out of finding these things and putting them together. I've already got one already. I've already got a trivia question ready to go for tomorrow. I'm holding it back. I'm ready to roll on that. Randy Lucas, take it up. Randy enjoyed cruise number 2 of 3. Chevy in first. Hey, y'all, in before the end. 166 days left to go. Chevy in first. So not so close, but coming. It's coming every day. Love cruising. You're doing great, Bruce. Bye, everyone. Thanks, you guys. I want to say thank you to everybody today for coming out. Thank you for the new subscribers, the new subscriptions that are coming in. I love it. I hope some of you are watching today, some of you newbies. If you know anyone that would enjoy this show, enjoy this broadcast, tell them to join in. Tell them about the subscribe button there. Tell them about the other one over here with that bell icon. Hit the bell icon to get notifications from me on every time I do a video or a live stream or anything else. Isq Park, now go kill that spider. Go get the spider. Don't tell them about the spider. Folks, if you came late, there was a spider. You have to watch the video to see what happened with the spider. Sunny Walls. Bye, everyone. And Bruce, have a good evening. Randy Lucas, off to the comedy show. Enjoy, Randy. I'd love to be doing that. Have a great night, everybody. This is Bruce with Traveling with Bruce saying thanks for joining me today. This was my show on April the 9th, 2018, Monday. And tomorrow, I'm on at 5 in the evening, 5 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. And the 8 o'clock show is trivia, travel trivia. You got to come out for that. Lots of fun. Thanks for your super chats. Thanks for your support. And we will talk to you guys tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Loves to travel. You're gone. Jim Thomas, later, guys. Good show. Scott Batchy, thanks, Bruce. Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. We'll see you later. Goodbye for now.